A study from Harvard University found that people over 60 who regularly ate these 5 special fruits had a 34% lower risk of heart disease and kept their memory sharp for nearly a decade longer compared to those who did not. But here is the scary part. The majority of Americans over 60 are still eating the wrong things, and their bodies are quietly paying the price every single day without them even knowing it. If you are over 60, do not turn off this video, because the 5 fruits I am about to reveal could completely transform your health. I had a patient named Gerald, 68 years old, living in Tampa, Florida. He ate the traditional American way: eggs every morning, red meat every night, very little fruit. 2 years ago, he came into my clinic with a blood pressure of 160/95. His LDL cholesterol was at an alarming level, and his brain scan showed early signs of cognitive decline. He looked at me and said, "Dr. Whitman, I do not understand why I have been eating so carefully." And that was exactly the problem. He was eating consistently, but he was eating the wrong things. I restructured his diet and introduced the 5 fruits I am going to share with you today. And after 6 months, Gerald's blood pressure came back down to 128/80. His cholesterol dropped significantly, and most importantly, he told me that his mind felt sharp again. He could remember his grandchildren's names without stopping to think. For him, that was priceless. Now, let's begin to the main part. Fruit number 5, papaya, the quiet companion for your gut and immune system. I want to start with a fruit that a lot of Americans walk right past at the grocery store because they think it only belongs in tropical countries. That is papaya. And I genuinely feel sorry for anyone who skips it every week. When you cross the age of 60, your digestive system starts slowing down. Your stomach produces less acid, your large intestine contracts more weakly, and you start getting very familiar with bloating, indigestion, and constipation that seem harmless but actually have a massive impact on your quality of life. Think of your digestive system like a food processor. When you are young, the machine runs strong. But after 60, the blades start to dull. Papaya contains 2 special enzymes called papain and chymopapane. They break down protein, help your body absorb nutrients more effectively, and reduce inflammation in the gut. On top of that, just 1 cup of cubed papaya, which is about 5.6 ounces, gives you over 200% of your recommended daily intake of vitamin C. That number is not small at all. Vitamin C is not just something you take when you have a cold. It is a critical weapon for your body to fight chronic inflammation, which is one of the root causes of most age-related diseases. Fruit number 4, pineapple, the natural doctor for your joints and heart. Next, I want to talk about a fruit that the moment you hear its name, you can almost taste that familiar sweet and tangy flavor: pineapple. To me, it is the natural doctor for people over 60 dealing with joint pain. When you come into my office and complain that your knees feel stiff and your whole body aches when you wake up in the morning, the first thing I usually ask is whether you eat pineapple, and the answer is almost always no. That is the problem. Pineapple contains bromelain, a unique blend of enzymes found only in this fruit. Bromelain works by inhibiting the prostaglandins that cause inflammation and reducing swelling in the joint tissue. Now, I know some of you are going to say, "But Dr. Whitman, pineapple is so acidic, my stomach cannot handle it." I understand. The trick is to eat pineapple after a meal, not before. And never eat it on an empty stomach. About 4 ounces of fresh pineapple after lunch is enough to get the benefits of bromelain without any stomach discomfort. Fruit number 3, avocado, the high-fat fruit that is actually great for your heart. This is something I know is going to surprise a lot of people. Avocado, the fruit with the highest fat content of any fruit out there, is actually one of the best things for your heart health after 60. I know that sounds backwards, but let me explain. Not all fat is the same. The fat in avocado is monounsaturated fat, specifically oleic acid. This is the exact same type of fat you find in extra virgin olive oil. It works by pushing LDL bad cholesterol away from your artery walls and raising your HDL good cholesterol. The result is cleaner, more open arteries, and a lower risk of stroke. A 6-month clinical study conducted at Penn State University on over 1,000 adults with high cholesterol found that people who ate 1 avocado per day had significantly lower LDL cholesterol levels compared to the control group, along with improvements in sleep quality and inflammatory markers in the blood. And here is the part I found most remarkable about that study. The group eating avocado did not gain any weight, despite avocado being high in fat, because healthy fat keeps you fuller longer and helps you manage blood sugar more effectively. In practical terms, half an avocado per day is ideal. You can eat it on whole grain toast, toss it into a salad, or simply eat it plain with a pinch of salt. Half an avocado contains about 160 calories, 15 grams of healthy fat, nearly 7 grams of fiber, and over 485 milligrams of potassium. Potassium is incredibly important for people with high blood pressure because it helps your kidneys flush excess sodium out of your body, which naturally brings your blood pressure down. Fruit number 2, blueberry, the little bullet against memory loss. Now we come to number 2, and this is the fruit I call the brain protection bullet, blueberries. These tiny little purple fruits are among the most studied foods in modern medicine when it comes to brain health in older adults. Let me be straight with you about something that is not easy to hear. After 60, the brain begins to shrink, about 0.5% every year. Neural connections weaken. The hippocampus, the part of the brain responsible for storing memories, starts to work less efficiently. That is why you are standing in front of the refrigerator with absolutely no idea why you walked over there. And I know that is not a comfortable feeling. Blueberries contain anthocyanins, a group of flavonoids responsible for the fruit's distinctive purple color. Anthocyanins are able to cross the blood-brain barrier, something very few nutrients can actually do, and they directly protect nerve cells from oxidative stress and inflammation. In terms of how much to eat, somewhere between half a cup and 1 cup per day is enough. You can eat them fresh, sprinkle them on your oatmeal in the morning, blend them into a smoothie, or stir them into yogurt. Frozen blueberries work just as well as fresh ones because anthocyanins are not destroyed by low temperatures, so do not worry if fresh blueberries are not available in your area year-round. The frozen kind at your local grocery store is a perfectly good option. Fruit number 1, pomegranate, the number 1 fruit for your heart and longevity after 60. And finally, we arrive at number 1. If I could only choose one single fruit to recommend to my patients over 60, I would choose pomegranate without hesitating for even 1 second. Not because it tastes the best. Honestly, my shirt has paid the price for that pomegranate juice more than once, but because the medical evidence behind pomegranate is extraordinarily compelling. Pomegranate contains punicalagin and punicic acid, 2 incredibly powerful polyphenol compounds not found in any other food on Earth. They work in 3 directions at the same time. First, they reduce the oxidation of LDL cholesterol, meaning they prevent bad cholesterol from transforming into its most dangerous form. Second, they reduce inflammation in the artery walls. Third, they help lower blood pressure by stimulating the production of nitric oxide, a natural compound that helps relax and widen blood vessels. Picture your blood vessels like a garden hose. When the hose is narrow and stiff, water does not flow well and pressure builds up inside. Nitric oxide softens and widens that hose so blood can move through more freely. In terms of how to use it, you can eat the fresh seeds directly, about half a cup per day is enough, or drink 8 ounces of pure pomegranate juice with no added sugar. One important note, pomegranate juice can interact with certain heart medications like statins, so if you are currently on medication, please check with your doctor before getting started. Now, let us take a moment to look back at everything we covered today. What I want you to understand is that after 60, your body is not getting weaker. It just needs to be treated differently. It needs fewer things that cause inflammation and more things that protect it. And these 5 fruits are exactly what your body has been asking for. You do not have to eat all 5 in a single day. Start with 1 or 2, ease them into your daily routine, and your body will find its own way to say thank you. Maybe that looks like a little less joint pain after a few weeks. Maybe it is waking up in the morning with a slightly clearer head, or maybe it is your doctor looking at your lab results and nodding with a little more satisfaction than last time. If this video was helpful to you, please hit the like button so it gets recommended to more people, because there are truly so many people out there who need to hear this and do not know where to look. And subscribe to my channel so we can meet again in the next video, where I will keep sharing practical medical knowledge that is not complicated, not stressful, just real things you can actually apply to your everyday life.